You know, I thought WandaVision did a decent enough job explaining that Wanda is not the daughter of Magneto. But of course, this theory is going to keep on happening up until Kevin Feige just literally says, Magneto is not the father. We're literally going to need an entire Maury Povich episode of this just for people to understand that. Now let's talk about the new theory of how Wanda's Scarlet Witch costume explains that she is. Okay, maybe it's gonna happen in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Maybe it will. We knew that people were going into WandaVision expecting this to explain that yes, Magneto is their biological father. We didn't get that. There's people that are disappointed with the series because their entire enjoyment of the series apparently hinged on Magneto showing up through the multiverse and dumping about 15 minutes of exposition of who he is to viewers that have never seen the X-Men movies and explaining how he is their dad from the multiverse or he hid them or I don't even know, honestly, it doesn't matter at this point. It didn't happen, it's probably not going to happen, but people believe it is because the devil is in the details. And the detail we're talking about is Scarlet Witch's costume and her crown. So first, let's get into the costume. If you look at this, yeah, there is a striking resemblance to the costume / colors and style that Michael Fassbender's Magneto wore. But again, that's just sort of the way you have to go. This is the color. Red does not show up well on film. This is very well established. It's hard to make it not look fuzzy and weird and it just loses detail, which is why they specifically go with this type of tone and why you never really get a full-on red. It just does not photograph and film well. Now the crown is the interesting one because people believe it's in here. It's right in the center, so if we just jump into the center of the crown, you see the little outline? It kind of looks like Magneto's little headpiece. I can see why you would think that, except that little middle headpiece is literally just a shrunken version of Wanda's headpiece in the center of it. Stylistically, this works. It offsets it. It brings attention to it to the same exact format. Now sure, maybe somewhere down the road they'll go back on this and they'll go, sure, let's just retcon he's the dad. But the way this series went, the way they're going about it, the way they're probably going to change Magneto, I just don't see it here, guys. I just don't. And I know people are gonna say, we're just a Magneto hater. Which, if you knew, no. Or you'll selectively choose to forget and ignore it. But either way, though, I don't think there's anything here. I'm sorry. I know people want this to be a thing, but let's let them introduce Magneto a different way. A new way. Let's have Magneto be different, and let's let Scarlet Witch be Scarlet Witch and see what they do with her. That's a little bit more interesting than her just going, well, I guess you're my dad, I'm bad now.